say this too before we get into that.
From social media.
I really feel like I don't care if you're trans, black, trans, gay, lesbian, whatever. To me, when you intentionally mistreat or harm black people, no matter how they identify, that's anti-black.
Bring it out more a little bit to give more.
And you can't be trusted in my eyes.
What?
It's anti-black. I can't imagine myself treating any person that looks like me, black, whether they're gay, trans, pansexual, Will and Jada, whatever it is.
Let's talk about that.
One.
Ooh, we finna.
I've been dying to get into that.
Since we talk about the gays, let's talk about Will and Jada.
Really bad.
Because they've been talking about Will Smith and Dwayne Martin watching TV together for years.
Oh, really?
But if they do that, that's their business, Craig.
I just said they watch TV together.
But you turned your head.
And if they do that, that's their business. Miss Mary, come on down, babe.
Now stop rushing that lady. She didn't just say had made us all plates, girl. Give her a minute to get downstairs. I am so sick of Jada Pinkett.
Someone said a cook doesn't mean gay.
A what?
Cook don't mean he gay. Like cuckold.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
You're right.
Well, listen. And listen, my thing is this. I hold them both accountable, but Jada is the only one that's running her goddamn mouth.
She is.
But that's not true because they said in his he did a memoir.
A what?
A memoir.
What'd he do, girl?
A memoir.
How you spell that?
M-U-A-R.
Oh, okay.
He did a memoir.
And what he said in his memoir? Because I read his memoir, so I'm gonna tell you if it was in there or not.
Okay, well, tell me what was in it.
What were you about to say?
No.
What were you gonna say?
No, see, I didn't do my full research. Let's go.
Oh, okay. He ain't say nothing about I'm gonna tell you what I got from that book. There's a thread that runs through that entire book where he basically talks about feeling throughout his entire life. Again, it's threaded from the time he was a child up until the time he released that book, where he feels like he's let down every woman in his life.
Yep, that's true.
And he said the only woman that he doesn't feel like he let down is Willow,
his daughter.
The daughter. And so for me, and I said this on a live when that Oscar shit happened, when he went up on that stage and smacked Chris Rock, to me, that was a culmination of all of the previous years, all of the days, all of the months, all of the weeks prior that he felt like he had been walked all over.
Because Jada do walk all over him.
Jada walks over him.
And she was definitely the alpha in that relationship.
Right.
This look good.
Get out of my... Go ahead, girl.
Man, this is all I want, the crazy part.
So that was the part that I wanted. but my thing is, then you got to think about his career as a hip hop artist. He was the bubblegum artist. All other hip hop artists basically called him weak and bubblegum and this, that, and that. You know what I'm saying? So he's always felt like the outcast, if you will. And so that particular night, when he walked up on that stage, it was given very much so, keep my wife's name out your mouth. It was almost like that was the moment that he was trying to assert himself
and be a man.
And for all of the years that he hit, because his mom was even abused.
But I also
and his siblings always jumped in to help his mom, but he was the one that cowered. So this was all of that coming to a head that night.
But I would also add that I think he was also trying to impress Jada also.
Well, here's the thing.
Because let's be real, we all know that woman is still in love with the man upstairs, Tupac.
How you know Tupac upstairs?
That's what I'm about to say.
Okay, well, wherever he
just
is,
say he in love with Tupac.
Yeah, she in love with
Tupac.
She's deeply in love with Tupac. And if you read his book, you also know that he said he was jealous of Tupac.
And he always was trying to
impress himself to be more
comparing himself to Tupac.
Right. So I also think I agree with you, Craig, but I also think he was also trying to impress Jada also at the same time to let her know that
girl, she about to eat the crumbs off my plate, y'all. Do y'all see this? That's how good this fish is. I hear you, but let me say this. The Red Table Talk was one of my favorite shows. And I used to talk about it a lot on my live and this, that, and the third. If you are a fan of the Red Table Talk, you know that show was centered on being authentic, being truthful, standing in your truth, living your truth, all of those things. And you mean to tell me that hello ass was sitting over there lying all this time?
Right.
We don't give a fuck that they're separated.
About it.
But what we care about is that you perpetrated a lie.
Yep.
You wanted us to believe that you were still together. Because if you didn't want us to believe that, you would have just simply told us years ago that you were separated. We wouldn't have given a fuck. I think that they or she wanted to still maintain that title of a long-running relationship, all this stuff about y'all thinking that they were the example, the
like
quintessential.
Like Beyonce and Jay-Z.
Right. Mm-hmm. And instead of letting us down, or it was an ego and pride thing, and they just didn't want to acknowledge that they weren't really together, you all basically been perpetrating. My thing is this: when y'all went to the Oscars that night, y'all weren't together. They carpooled.
That's true.
He picked her up or she picked him up, but true. Y'all showed up at this red carpet making people think that y'all was still together.
That's true.
Now, I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I knew that their asses weren't together because they look like brothers. They act like brothers and sisters. They act like girlfriends. My girlfriend.
They're too thick and thin. My girlfriend.
Yeah. But y'all carpool. Y'all not even living in the same. Jada in her own apartment.
So then that comes back to the whole thing with August Alsina. Then
I'm coming down that street. Wait a minute, I'm not turning just yet. I'm coming down that street.
Go ahead, Craig.
But my thing is, think about all of the people that they used to participate in this lie. Her grandmother Gammy. Her mother Gammy. Because Gammy sure knew. The children knew.
Okay, I see somebody asking why did they do this. All right, let's talk about why did they do this. All right, let's talk about it. Craig, you ready to talk about it?
I'm ready.
People do things like this because you've built up this whole persona and this whole facade, like, everything is just good. Everything is good. Everything is, and copacetic. And you actually believe that too. And you really don't want it to happen. You really don't want it to happen. You really don't. And so when it starts to unfold, you're like, I really don't want, because you don't want the public backlash. And you actually, and Craig, you may not agree with me on this. You may not agree with me.
What's that?
You may not agree with me
on
this.
What is it?
They wanted to be an example to the Black community of how Black people can stay together.
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. It was their ego or pride, but but that's bigger than their ego, though. You can't say it was their public
ego.
Perception.
You can't say that it was their ego because it was bigger than their ego. It was about having a responsibility.
To who?
To a community of
we
people.
don't give a fuck about that. It was about if Beyonce and Jay-Z break up, bitch, I might jump off of a bridge. No, I'm just kidding.
We be
I would say that they made a good living because of their family-oriented persona that they used to give off. It was
financially cohesive for them to do.
It was a business.
Yeah.
I don't have an HSBC.
Now you didn't say copacetic correctly. You put a T in there, but I just let that slide.
It wasn't financially cohesive.
I wish y'all could see her hitting my knee underneath the table. She hit my knee underneath the table, y'all.
Cohesive.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it was the thing where they didn't want to let the public down, so to speak, right? But August was telling the truth, obviously.
Well, we knew that.
Correct. Because when Will and Jada were sitting on that couch on Red Table Talk, and they said, when they talked about that whole entanglement foolishness.
She said, I didn't have a transgression.
Right.
She said, I don't think it was a transgression.
Because they were separated.
First of all, she was posting about Tupac too much. We already knew something was wrong.
That was true.
And
That's
she
true.
swear they never fucked.
Girl, bye.
But the way that she and Will were sitting on that red table talk episode where they were sitting on the couch and they had the whole conversation, they bumped fists and said something like, we ride together. That, whatever that line is from Bad Boy.
Yeah, you don't bump fists with I ain't bumping.
I'm like, they sitting there look like friends.
Right. I ain't bumping fists with
Like me and you.
Correct.
But girl, it was a time, girl. We was in that hotel room in Dallas.
And what happened?
And girl, I walked in that room and I said, girl, let me suck your dick, girl. And she said, you know what? I ain't doing nothing but watching Golden Girls. Come on in.
What was I doing? What was I doing?
You said, girl, it was so funny. Girl, I ain't doing no watching Golden Girls. Come on in. And girl, I fell out my skin, girl. I said I fell out my skin, ho. And then, girl, I laid on the bed. We was on the line. And then you had got her. I said, girl, get that motherfucking sweet dick off me before you give me diabetes. Before you run my sugar up.
Look, y'all can run this over to Dineva. No, I still got the Facebook.
Don't you do that.
When
Dineva not here, girl.
When
Dineva, not doing that. Don't do that.
Dineva,
don't do Dineva. Don't do that. Because listen,
Dineva wanted me to stick my screwdriver.
Let me call Dineva. Don't do Dineva. We not finna do that. We not doing that.
He ain't gonna answer.
Y'all not finna run these people over here.
He ain't gonna run that clip over to Dineva.
Y'all not finna do this.
Run that clip over to Dineva.
The thing about it is, y'all not finna do this.
He is not gonna answer.
Girl, if she else, she gonna get you. She might be asleep because she got far soul tonight. That's she out today.
He ain't answering. Hang up.
Girl, I'm gonna let it rain 2 more times.
Hang up.
She may be with her man.
Girl, if you don't hang up,
you better be glad. I'm gonna say, call me.
I ain't gotta be glad. You know, Facebook archives everything. Y'all see my eyes? Facebook archives everything. But back to that Will and Jada.
But that was so funny though, Craig. We got that. Now it was. Cause I can't do it. I said, I had hit the door. Like, and the door eased open. Mm-hmm. I said, girl, what you doing? I said, girl, let me suck your dick, girl. And she said, well, girl, I ain't doing nothing but watching Golden Girls. Come on in. Girl, I'll tell you that. I might have bust my intestines laughing so hard.
Craig, tell the story. What story? What story, Cynthia G?
Nah, we not doing that.
Oh, they talking about the Dineva story.
Yeah, that's what they're talking about.
No, we not. Girl, that shit was funny, murder girl.
That was funny.
That was funny. And then we went over there. We got our pussies steamed out, girl. The Yanni, baby, the Yanni, honey. That shit was shit was funny. Cause we laugh about that shit. We turned it. Listen, let me tell you something. It was funny when we laughed about it on camera, but when we turned that bitch off, and we still was cackling.
Yes.
Bitch, we might have cackled both for a long time. Cause I said, I knocked the door, and then she act like she didn't want me to come in, so I just opened the door and eased it. I stood to the door. I said, girl, what you doing here? She was looking at the bed. I said, girl, let me suck your dick, girl. And she looked at her phone. And she looked at me. She said, well, girl, I ain't doing nothing but watching Golden Girls. Come on in.
You know, I got my Golden Girls pajamas.
But anyway, personally, this is the way I feel about the whole situation. I feel that Will Smith is a Libra. And he is? Will is a Libra. Oh, wow. Mm-hmm. Will Smith is a Libra. And him being a Libra is very, like, we Libras are like, we definitely about face value of stuff. And then we also very much so like, girl, I don't really want this to be out to the public, or I really don't want this to get into the public thing like this. Like, girl, I really don't want to have to deal with this, because when I have to deal with this, I'm gonna really deal with it. Now, she doing this whole Memoir tour.
And that's why she telling it.
Now, when he deal with it, it's gonna be ugly. I'm just letting y'all know. Don't forget that I said this. Now, when he finally deal with it,
because you're gonna let loose everything,
it's gonna be ugly. Now, mark my words when I tell you that it's gonna be really ugly. It's gonna be filthy. It ain't gonna be just really ugly. It's gonna be filthy. He may post her dirty drawers online, because you know when our scales is tipped over, it's all out. Don't start that shit, Craig.
One to the ground, one to the
Girl, phone be ringing
Girl, my
all
phone
the time.
ain't finna be doing that. Don't start it. Hold on.
Y'all gotta put y'all phones on.
I'm telling you, when he finally addresses it, like, it's gonna be very nasty. Yep. I just want to let y'all know that he's eating all this stuff, and it is wearing at him.
I know he got receipts too.
It's wearing at him. It's digging at him. He has receipts. He has receipts. He has receipts. He got everything. You feel what I'm saying? Yep. And I'm telling you, it's gonna be. We're gonna see the inside of Jada Pinkett's panties.
This is the perfect. This is where this saying really comes into play. Let a sleeping dog lie.
That's it.
But because
it's like every 5 minutes. We know you on your Memoir tour. We know this, but it's like this man. We don't take embarrassment well like that,
especially if we left you alone.
Right? Like, we weren't doing all that. We ain't do that.
Right.
Know that he's digging her. I want you to know, even though he loves her, he's digging a hole in the ground for her.
One thing about Libras, they pride.
I think the thing though is her saving grace is that he loves those kids.
Those children. That's the only thing, Mo.
He loves those kids more than he wants to get back at her.
Listen, those kids is the only thing that's gonna protect her.
Yeah.
I promise you that those children is the only thing that is gonna protect her. Because if he snap, they all getting it. He's gonna come forward with his nigga.
Allegedly. Where's the sign?
Bitch, please.
No.
All right.
You're not doing that.
Okay. Thank you for protecting the show, Mo.
Thank you, welcome.
You want this one?
No, I need it, so they say. He gonna come forward with his nigga, his bitch. He's gonna show the inner linings of that bitch panties.
Because the thing is, while she was playing around with August Alsina, her children's friend,
right?
Who was he dealing with? You think he was sitting over there tickling his toenails?
Well, allegedly they say he was, you remember that movie Focus, where he was with
that white lady.
There were rumors going around about that.
Listen, can I tell you?
What?
Girl, I don't want to say it.
What?
Can I say it to you?
What?
Okay, y'all don't watch me say this to Craig. Why a big percentage of the time when black men be fucking around with other men, they use white women as masks?
Because white women oftentimes think that, he's just so eccentric. He's so artsy.
And so eclectic.
Yeah. But black women will see that as
zesty.
Yeah. That's it.
It's zesty.
That's it, zesty.
Okay. Because
they love saying that.
I just want to know why. Because when you be seeing a lot of black men that be fucking around with only the white women and stuff like that. Only white women. They got a little motherfuckers agave liquid in they drink. It's past sugar.
How is Jamie Foxx doing?
Oh Lord. Signs, please. Make sure you keep the signs.
He doing fine, boy, after eating.
Wasn't his last girlfriend Katie Holmes, that white woman?
He said that's ultimately his life partner. He wants his life partner to be.
Oh, are they still together?
They not together. He said that's ultimately who he want to be. What is this?
Is this a new? Somebody said something about Jada's sexuality. You know, she grew up around the corner from me in Baltimore.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
They've been saying that she was
just so false. Do you have your? Is this allegedly? Are these your cards? Are these your astral prediction?
She grew up around the corner from me. The streets have been talking about her in Baltimore.
What they saying, girl?
MC Light spends a lot of time at her house.
Well, ain't nothing wrong with two women being together.
How long was MC Light married? 22 minutes.
Oh Lord.
MC Light married.
It's not about MC Light, Craig. This is not about MC Light.
Janelle Monáe been hanging out over there too, hadn't she?
This is not about MC Light or Janelle Monáe.
No, I know. I'm just, you know.
This is about Jada Pinkett Smith.
What were they saying about Dwayne Martin
or Jada Pinkett?
Tisha Campbell's ex-husband. Weren't he and Will real close?
But it's okay. Murder, me and you real close. Are we sisters?
What are we?
We sisters. You can come over here and watch TV anytime, girl.
Because baby, they said that Dwayne Martin and what's his name was watching TV all the time.
Craig, they say you homophobic.
I am not homophobic.
Very.
I am just honest. I am just honest. Y'all just don't be wanting to hear the truth about y'all black heroes. I just said a moment ago, I'm gonna lift black folks up as much as I'm gonna criticize and be honest.